the Red Wings are a dumpster fire right now. And what's going on feels like it's more than just the Larkin injury at this point. So for the first time, I'm saying to myself, is the head coach screwing this thing up somehow? Something going on with Derek Lalonde? I mean, if you're Steve Yzerman, are you, for the first time, going, so let's have a talk? Because Dylan Larkin being out shouldn't equate to them getting repetitively embarrassed. And look, I like this team, and we've stunningly gone from looking like a team that was never going to lose again to now we look like a team that's never going to win again. The Red Wings have gone from looking like a team that's never going to win again to a team that's never going to lose again.
You want to try it
again?
again?
That backwards. I'm really
One
struggling.
more time?
Take three in 3, 2, 1. The Red Wings have gone from a team that looked like they were never going to lose again to a team that looks like they're never going to win again.
Well said, Doug.
Yeah. This is bad. This is really, really sort of beyond, I think, reasonable explanation bad. It's not just Larkin. Can it just be Larkin? To lose a bunch of games, close games, not scoring as much. These losses are embarrassing. 7-2, 4-0, 5-3. They played decent against the Golden Knights. We're down 4-1 just like that last night. Lost 7-3.
Well, if you're looking for anything to make you feel a little bit better about this, Buffalo, like a week and a half ago, they beat Vegas 7-2. So even though Buffalo is not a playoff team, they're capable of playing better. They
just traded their best scorer.
Well, their leading scorer, yeah. But what they are is capable of better. They're one of the better organizations in hockey in terms of prospects, much like the Red Wings. And they're fighting now for that playoff spot as well because they're on the outside looking in. They're really making a push. I don't know why. It can't just be Larkin being out of the lineup because this is a fundamental problem. And it's not the patch, although time to lose the patch.
Dude, I will say this about the patch. Honestly, my question goes to priority is, hey, man, did you just cut your losses and get the hell out?
Yeah, I mean, that at this point, I'd
is
like
there
to
an out
just
in the contract?
Move on.
I haven't won the Mega Millions since that stupid patch.
Yeah, how about that? I know everybody's suffering. Thanks a lot, priority. No, kidding aside, the problem is that the Red Wings are not playing defense anymore. Their mistakes are the costliest mistakes ever. It's one thing to turn the puck over, but to turn the puck over and then seemingly every time you turn it over, it results in a goal is horrific. It's a perfect storm of problems. The injury to your captain. Now you're not playing defense. The mistakes are being capitalized. You got an inexperienced goaltender who's never played this many games in a season in his career. So there's no real track record to base that on. You're getting off to slow starts. You know, this team is a resilient team that they have more third period comebacks than anybody in hockey, right? They had all these third period wins when trailing, and it's a recipe for disaster if you keep doing that. Well, now they're learning. This is a 6-game losing streak. Completely erased all the goodwill from the 6-game win streak. Now they're playing for the playoff lives. Even though the schedule is favorable because they don't have as many games left against playoff caliber teams, you still got to play those games. The teams on the schedule, those guys are playing for pride, or they're playing because they think that they have a chance to get in now because you're showing weakness. They've got to change something up. I saw somebody on Twitter last. I want to give them the credit for it because it's their idea, and I agree with it. I mean, it's time for a shakeup of some kind. Maybe even Kenny had posted this on Twitter last night. It's time for a shakeup. Where do they just bench somebody who you normally wouldn't see benched to send a message? Do you bring up Edvinson and say, screw it, you're going in there right now, and we're going to yank out whoever, defenseman de jour, you're gone. Do you waive somebody? I'm not sure what the right answer is, but something has to change other than just, we're going to we're going to change the line.
Dude, this is so bad.
You can't just change the lines. You've got to do something dramatic here.
Yeah, and it comes at a terrible time. It makes them look I mean, does it make them look buffoonish for not making an addition at the trade deadline? Or is this justify not making an addition at the trade deadline that, hey, we weren't fooled by the record and the way we were playing? Is that what they are thinking? Suffice it to say, this is a full-fledged in-season crisis. And it's gone on long enough. I expect there to be losing streaks. I expect there to be poor stretches of play. It's reasonable, especially when you're not like a great team. And they aren't a great team, but they're good enough. They were good enough to be in a playoff position and well into the playoffs. And now that's evaporated. They're on the outside looking in. They've lost 6 in a row, and they've looked uncompetitive.
Yeah, that's the scary part. Like, opportunities that happened earlier in the season, even as recent as a few weeks ago, you saw these odd man rushes. They're just burying the puck home. Great passing, great camaraderie. They look awesome. Dude. Now they can't find the net. Some of it's bad puck luck. You've seen a couple posts being hit, but others are just like bad passing, like passes in their skates, not on the stick. They're just off a little bit, but being off that little bit matters because that little bit results in a goal.
It shouldn't. And here's the thing. 2 weeks ago on national TV, PK Subban is declaring that the Red Wings are the team that nobody wants to play in the postseason. Mark Messier is going on and on about how they come at you in waves. You get the Capitals coach saying their defense, they're so good. And he starts listing off the Red Wings defense. Carberry, the head coach, listing off like how good they are. Look at you got this guy, you got that guy. And 2 weeks later, they look like mung.
Yeah.
So it wasn't just like homers being fooled, which we can be accused of being, and then fine, fair enough. But the national media, guys from other towns, were going on and on about how good our hockey team was.
And it isn't a toughness thing.
And we blow.
It's not about adding some big power forward who's going to go out there and, scare the other team and drop the gloves. It's not that. It's a dramatically different team that they look dramatically different without Larkin. And I'm not sure why. Like, Patrick Kane still makes moves and you're like, this is amazing. He's amazing. But he's also been stonewalled. Like, we had that great moment where Patrick Kane had that overtime goal against the Blackhawks, right? Mm-hmm. The breakaway. It was brilliant. That feels so long ago. That's 7 games ago. 6 losses and a win ago. And it felt like it didn't feel like it was actually a couple games later after that moment. While the Rings were starting this losing streak, he had another breakaway. It was perfect. It has a chance to, and then it gets stopped. Here's Patrick Kane wide open, and he hits the post. And like all of a sudden, everything Patrick Kane was doing before that was going in the net, now it's not. But he still looks elite, but he's not finishing. Alex DeBrincat was finishing all season long. The last week and a half, he's not finishing anymore. I don't know how to explain it, but it's just what's happened.